Oh, hello, and welcome to Aldente Rigamortis. I'm Review Cultist.
I'm Mikey, the Sands of Evil.
And I'm the gamer in yellow.
And we're here to discuss those internet stories, most creepy and most pasta, and be critically silly doing it. And tonight we have another creepypasta from Pratt99, No Limits. So yeah, I decided that we should start doing some more Pratt stuff because I, again, cannot get enough of Hogan's Gap and Curtisville stories. And I've actually I grabbed this one is from one of the earlier stories. Like it's like closest to like the top of the list of stories that she's written on her creepypasta.wiki account. So this is a fairly it seems like it's a fairly early one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so if you want to check it out, along with all the other Curtisville and Hogan's Gap tales that Pratt99 has posted, you can go to creepypasta.wiki, or as it is, creepypasta.fandom.com/wiki. But yeah, so I guess we'll give our initial recommendations. I'm going to recommend this one.
I will also recommend it.
Ditto. Is my favorite Pokemon, and also I'll recommend this.
Wow. Okay, we all recommended it. Sorry, we've had a couple of like rough weeks of whether or not we mesh together on on our whether it's like a unanimous agreement. So, wow. All right.
It's almost like we're generally different people. Today we're all the same person, though.
Yes, we've all combined into a gestalt being.
Yes,
we're Review Mikey in yellow.
Wow, that combines quite well, actually.
No, sorry, Review Mikey, but like instead of an E at the end, it's Y, so the Y stands for yellow.
Ah, sneaky.
Yes. Oh man, I need to draw that now. Unfortunately,
have fun with that.
I technically have already drawn that. Like I did a painting, from based off like another creepypasta we did, like a painting of like a giant mouth, like a maw, and there was like a gestalt version of ourselves in the center. Like there's like basically like 3 heads, and just like underneath my like expanded like cloak. So. That piece of art you can find on our Patreon page, by the way. So, plug. But I digress. Let's find out why we gave such glowing recommendations for this, at least initially. Starting with the rundown. So, it's mid-October in Hogan's Gap, and Adrienne Meyer, an aspiring writer and teen girl, is trying to fight off writer's block and various chores given to her by her unsupportive family. Rather than do those chores, Adrienne goes outside to try and find a muse for her writings, and what she finds is a talking ermine. This little woodland creature, similar to a weasel or a ferret, takes Adrienne out into the local woods to a manor-like inn, and it's here that a lovely woman named Nellie Mayron is expecting her and invites her in to try and dispel her writer's block. While this is going on, the ermine goes back to Adrienne's house and assumes her form. We'll get back to that. Meanwhile, Adrienne appears to have found a breakthrough at the inn where she's at a writing desk and actually like putting out like page after page after page of story, but then realizes it's been hours and needs to get home. She gets scared in the process by various strange supernatural guests in the inn. And then Nell reveals herself to be a horrifying creature known as a Garcane, or as the Garcane, and feeds upon her, leaving nothing but a husk. Back at the Meyer residence, the ermine turned Adrienne has infiltrated the family and is telling the tale of what happened to the real Adrienne, but as a fictional story. Her family is both spooked and surprised and enthusiastic by the telling of this new story, with some. Oh, and while some of her sister's friends are spooked and worried about the validity of the story and the creature, the Ermine Adrian smugly thinks that they have nothing to fear because the Garcane has already fed. Finn. So yeah, that was the story of No Limits. And I suppose we'll move on to Everyone Tolerates the Grammar Inquisitions at this point. And I've got a couple here. So I'll start with this one here. As usual, she was struggling to string a sentence together, the beginning of a possible story inspired by an interesting dream featuring hawking mice and a white horse running free across Dalisk, or running free across Dalisk landscapes. And I was like, so reading that whole thing, first of all, run-on sentence, but that's fine. But my big, it's not fine. But my big issue here is actually the word Dalisk. And I was like, that's a new one for me. So I tried to look it up, and I think this might be a typo, because looking up Dalisk, I found two different words that have like different meanings to them. So like there's Odalisk, which was a female chambermaid or harem concubine in the Ottoman Empire, and heavily featured as a eroticized subject in 18th century and 19th century Western art.
Hell yeah.
Or I think what is probably the actual correct word for the story is Dali-esque. An adjective referring to things that resemble the surrealist art of Salvador Dali, known for distorted, dreamlike, and bizarre imagery. You know, like the melting clocks and like the kind of like weird, like dreamlike landscapes. So I think the actual like so Dalisk actually just needs like an E between I and S in there to make it Dali-esque. Perhaps even a hyphen between like Dali and esque, because that's usually how I differentiate. Like when you're doing like, oh, it's a something esque thing.
Yeah. Upon looking it up, though, both are actually real spellings. Like you don't need the hyphen. Apparently, I prefer the hyphen because it highlights that it's this esque. But yeah,
exactly. And then the next thing I have, I'll just go find more promising candidate for this adventure. So either it should be, I'll just find a more promising candidate, or it should be, I'll just go and find more promising candidates for this adventure.
Yes.
So either like add the A add the A before like more promising candidate, or make candidate plural.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe it's how the character talks.
A2, Mikey. How dare you throw my own counters against me?
How's it feel?
Hate it.
That's how Mikey feels every day.
Somehow I'm perfectly fine with that.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And then my next thing here is the Ermine watched her as she walked slowly up the brick wall leading to the front porch. So I feel like it should be as she walked slowly up the brick wall. Like it doesn't need that secondary up.
Yes. Too much uppies.
Too many uppies. Throw one away.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's what I've got for Grammar Inquisition. So Mikey, D stands for evil. What do you have?
I have a conjunction junction.
All right.
And next stop, conjunction junction. Doot, doot.
It was mid-October. It was either raining or hailing or freezing cold or all three. It was a Friday afternoon. Wendy was attending an important meeting with her school diva friends to discuss the latest fashionable tips and trends. But
Oh, wow. But mom.
Nice.
Sorry, I could not resist. But
Excellent. Pretty sure that's meant to be, but mom.
yeah, it's definitely supposed to be. But mom. Yeah, no, 100%.
It is hard to spell that because if you just put a bunch of O's, and then be like, but moom.
Unless that could be an accident, but man, like, yeah, no, it
It's in
is hard to
Cartman's like kind of accent when you do that.
yeah. Sorry, continue, Mikey.
But I'm not. But menial jobs are for losers. But I'm not one of those people. And you're not going to be one of those people if you don't learn something useful. But I'm really... And with that, her parents left the room. It wasn't fair.
Sorry, that's really funny. I like, but I'm really, and with that, her parents left the room. Like, didn't even give her it sounds like they just walked away before she could even like continue talking to them. Like, they just had to ignore her.
Yeah, the parents are like, find a job. And she's like, but really, they're gone. They just wanted to yell and leave, apparently, yeah.
Sorry for interrupting again, but yeah.
It's more fun when we interrupt him, honestly.
Yeah, it is.
Alright, it wasn't fair. It's full of interesting things to write about, but only for a few minutes. So off they went. The Ermine leading the way and Adrian trying to keep up. It looks more like a mansion than a simple inn. So all I have to do is knock on the door. And all I have to do is knock on the door. And she'll let me in. Its limbs lengthened, and so did its stride. Its body straightened and changed. And you must be Nellie Marin. It's much better sounding than Nellie or Miss Marin.
It kind of sounds like that body morphing was just her opening the door, and she's like,
yeah,
turning like into a human. Oh, hi.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was a fine and spacious room with large round windows. So, what do I do exactly? It helps the inspiration more if you use the inkstand and dragon quill pen. It was really quiet. It was the most ghastly face she had ever seen. But, and what did you see in the mirror? So, you've seen a Garakan's face. Or Gherkins.
Gherkins are she doesn't turn into a pickle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think it's Garcane, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. So you've seen a Gherkin's true face. It was cold, but she sipped it anyway to make sure her hand was still functioning properly. It's all make-believe. Like those internet stories about the Slender Man, Jeff the Killer, and those cursed bootleg Pokemon games. Finn.
Wow, so the way that ends, it's almost like, because we don't know like the context of like the mother, like the family and stuff like that. It almost seems like what's her name? What is the main character's name? Adrian. It almost sounds like Adrian like didn't die. In fact, she just she got some tea from Nell and just like, oh, don't worry about it. This was all make believe. Like it's just like those stupid pastas and stuff like that. Like it actually almost has like almost like a happy ending the way you have it with this this contextless jot form.
Mm-hmm. For those unaware, Mikey grabs all the sentences throughout a story that start with words that they probably shouldn't, like its, ends, or buts, strings them together into a sentence with sometimes hilarious results. Basically to highlight that there's generally better words to use except when it's dialogue, but we let them do it because whatever.
it's a bit at this point, and
Yeah.
sometimes it does have like hilarious results. Like this is the critically silly side of our show. So we are critiquing yet being silly at the same time.
Yes. So now we get super serial in Grimdark.
Yeah. All right.
With my grammar.
Yes, your grammar in yellow.
Mm-hmm. Which I have none.
Moving on. All right. Onward to actual thoughts. All right, so this is going to be like I actually have some legit notes here. Like they're not all going to be super silly. I mean, they're not all going to be like super silly or like what have you. I'm going to start with the title.
Okay.
I guess so. I like after reading the story and then like going back to like the title's called No Limits. So my best guess is that it's like a take on the whole like no limits of the imagination, because like Adrian is looking for some way to break her writer's block and ends up in a place that at least initially grants that wish.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's the closest I got to figuring out why it was called No Limits.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah. I'm almost surprised it wasn't called like the Garcane or like or the Garcane's Inn or something like that. Maybe that would be a little maybe too telling, but or like the Inn possibilities or something. I don't know.
Or hell, the title that the clone gave for the story. What was she going to call it?
Oh, what was that?
I think I'll either call this one The Inn of Shadow or The One Who Waits.
Yeah, The One Who Waits would have been really good.
Mm-hmm. It's like, yeah, there's two titles there. Like, both of them are more appropriate.
Sorry, what was the first one? The Inn of Shadow? Yeah, The Inn of Shadow would also be pretty good as well, actually. Both of them are pretty solid. Yeah. But yeah, so that was my initial thing, or like my first kind of quote or like comment I wanted to kind of tackle on is like the title's a little odd for what the story is, but like I guess it's like the limits of imagination kind of thing or something like that. I don't know.
Or it's like whoever Nellie captures, whatever their problem is, she gives them like limitless potential to get past their problem. The downside being she's going to consume them in a couple hours.
Oh my god, she's like a Pennywise creature. She like it doesn't taste like the meat doesn't taste good unless it's been spiced with like in this case I guess like creativity, whereas like Pennywise the meat doesn't taste good unless it's been like spiced with fear.
Yeah.
Like that's how
right,
Pennywise works, is like he has to scare the meat first before he because it tastes better that way.
Mm-hmm. And that's really just a plot device to say why he doesn't just kill them immediately.
Yeah, or why he transforms into their greatest fears and stuff too. So, but yeah, that could be it, maybe. Yeah. But I guess I'll move on to the next thing, which is actually the image. And once again, along with like so many other M.M. Pratt story images that like M.M. Pratt herself has also drawn, this is a great illustration of the Garcane entity. I really like it. Like it's like a nice pencil drawing of this like creature, like just kind of like hiding behind a wall corner, kind of seemingly.
What are the lines in the chin? At first, I thought it was like blood dripping from them or something, but I think they might just be lines. Like
maybe they're like skin. I thought they were blood or some kind of like dark fluid or something like that. But you could be right. Could be like some kind of like tattoos or patterns or something that are on the chin. The only thing I could pick at for this one is that, again, similar to another story that we covered recently, Polly's Puppy, I kind of wish that this image was at the bottom of the story. It's not necessarily need to be at the bottom of the story, but I do feel like I think it would be better off down at the bottom of the story, for like the reveal of what the Garcane was.
Yeah, perhaps. Yeah. Also, like the tentacle hair, it said that it had like mouths at the end of them, but I don't see any mouths. I know that's a lot of extra work and tiny work, but that's if I'm nitpicking. Yeah,
no, for sure. Like they definitely like I could see like right now they look like just leeches, but you just can't see like the mouths opening up and down and stuff. But yeah, they could use some opening mouths on the ends of the tendrils. So, but yeah, that's all I've got on the image as well. So onto the actual meat and potatoes of the story. So I'm gonna start with this one here. Vaguely, she looked forward to a life in the south of France, somewhere close to nature, yet within walking distance of one of those picturesque towns with medieval architecture and cobblestone streets. But Adrian, we have somewhere close to nature, yet within walking distance of one of those picturesque towns with with medieval architecture and cobblestone streets at home. I'm referring to Hogan's Gap, and like how in other stories that we've got of Hogan's Gap, there's cobblestone streets and like seemingly like fantasy architecture, and also near nature.
Yeah, but it's not France.
No, it's true. Yeah. But I mean, if she wants to go to like France to get that stuff, she doesn't have to. She's already got that like probably on the other side of town. You know, where the weird stuff, where the supernatural people live.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was just me being a little silly. It's like, but Adrian, we have that at home.
Yeah. I could learn French and just speak that around you, make you feel more comfortable.
Honestly, I'm surprised Hogan's Gap doesn't have a French Quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
no, they probably have like normal currency.
That's not what I mean.
Got him.
And to quote a show I recently fell in love with, and I think you know that.
Yeah.
But I'll move on to the next thing I have. Bewildered, Adrian looked down and to her surprise saw a large ermine glaring up at her with piercing black eyes. So I had to look up what an ermine was because I wasn't really sure it was. So it is a type of mustelid, which are basically like the weasel, ferret, badger family of animals. So it's like so it's like like a pine marten or like some kind of like a ferret kind of creature. I did not know that was the name of that kind of animal, but now I know. I learned something today.
It's like their official name. Their like Latin name, basically, but it's a ferret or a stoat, basically.
Yeah, I think stoat is the common name, but it's like kind of official name is like the North American or North Asian ermine or something.
Yeah,
is what I saw.
But they're all the same sort of thing.
Yeah, they're all under the same banner of like the furry snakes.
Is ermine basically like what equine is for all types of horses?
Yeah, but that's probably a very accurate. Like I think mustelid is basically I think mustelid would be the equine.
Okay.
But like I think ermine is also probably a close, like it's just another name for like a type of ferret or weasel. So.
It was kind of funny when I looked it up because I also wasn't aware what it was. So I did a search, and the search said it was a small, fierce predator. And then the images that accompany it are so fucking adorable.
They are
just like this white little ferret just poking his head up, being like, "Hey, what's going on?"
But they are fierce. Like they're again, like remember, this is the same family that has honey badgers, and they don't give a fuck.
No, they don't.
Also, this is the one, like this is one of the few like sets of animals aside from humans that kill for pleasure.
Just for the fun of it.
Yeah, they murder for the fun of it. That's like, yeah, they may look like cute little fur tubes.
Fur tubes.
Also, a little bit of connective tissue time. Like the other day, I was like between reading this story and then I went over to our cottage, and as we were like swimming in the lake, I looked out by the dock, and there and what ran a long black thing ran across the shoreline, like across our dock and down into the brush. I was like, oh shit, it's a mink, because a mink is also a type of mustelid.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's just funny because like I just read the story and then I went to the lake and then saw essentially a similar ermine creature.
Good thing you didn't go talk to it. It would have convinced you to go into the bush.
Yeah, and then I would have been eaten because,
or maybe they did.
Oh God, into the lake. Yeah,
it's possible that actually happened, and you're just a clone of you right now.
Well, you'll never know.
That's true.
I mean, everything's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But move on to the next thing I have here. None of the other clique girls really liked her. Well, they didn't exactly like Adrian that much either, but they found her company tolerable compared to that venomous troll Charlene. Okay, but is she actually a troll? Because, like, again, this is
you're right. She could be. You're right.
But here's the thing I've kind of learned. I think in one or two of our like emails from like Pratt, because we had a couple where she's wanted to like clarify some things that we've mentioned on the show for the stories. Sometimes in her, I think maybe in some of her early writings, or sometimes in her writings, she wants to like show that like there's like a version of Hogan's Gap or Curtisville where like the like things are a little bit more mundane. So like it's not all like fantasy people walking among other people. So that could just be, yeah. So like, I think in this case, like this is like the side where the normies live, so they don't really like interact that much with the like more like fantastical realism stuff that's going on the other side of town of Hogan's Gap, or this is again like this. Charlene is actually a venomous troll.
Yep, literally could be.
It could be both figurative or literal, but I think it's supposed to mean like figurative. But again, this is Hogan's Gap, so like who knows? And speaking of that, so well, not that entirely, but
speaking of that story, let's continue with the story.
Yeah. Speaking on the subject of the fantastical, I'm just gonna go with this. So, is this place very far from here? Adrian wondered. Not far at all, the Ermine replied. Just across the woods with the train tracks. I don't know, said Adrian uncertainly. That place is a no-go zone for us townies. Plus, my parents and kid sister are going to be home pretty soon. Suit yourself, said the Ermine, turning away. This feels so much like an obvious fey trap. Like the little fairy creature is just trying to trick Adrian into going into the spooky dark woods.
Yeah, it's a Christmas critter that's asking her to do something. You should not be doing that.
Oh my god, yeah, it is a Christmas critter. Well, hey, y'all. Suit yourself, all.
That's the accent now.
Oh my god, the Ermine.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to the next thing here. Wait, Adrian shouted. So this is like right after, like, he's like, suit yourself, y'all. And then, wait, Adrian shouted, scooping up her notepad. I want to come. I really do, but only for a few minutes. Good, said the Ermine, its mouth curling in a wide smile. You won't regret this. You won't regret it one bit. I promise.
Yay!
Adrian. This is Adrian in Wonderland, right? Like she's following maybe not a white rabbit, but a white Ermine.
That's true. Yeah.
Like, I'm definitely getting Alice in Wonderland vibes at this point in the story. And continuing on.
Yeah, I was like, this is incredibly suspicious right now.
Yeah.
I know some of these stories are actually kind of just like not positive, but not super like horrifyingly bad to certain people. But this one seems like a trap immediately.
Yeah. This one's definitely like, oh man, like, yeah, it's like it's hard to tell sometimes with Pratt stories, but like this one definitely feels like it's going to go wrong real fast.
Yeah, I don't think the Ermine's going to convince her to steal pies.
No. But moving on to the next thing I have here that's also kind of related to what we're talking about, like, oh, this seems sus. The Ermine side. Look, it said firmly. I can't do the Woodland Critter criticism voice. I'm sorry. There's a woman who owns the place called Nellie Mayrim, and she's expecting you. Not only can she give you the very best food and hospitality you can find, but she also knows the answers to all your problems. Yeah, this is getting more sus by the paragraph. Like,
yeah,
she already is expecting Adrian. Also, if we're going on like the vibe of this is like some kind of fey trap, don't eat the food or accept hospitality. Like, don't accept gifts from strange fey creatures. That's how they steal your name.
I guess you shouldn't accept gifts from strange people in general as well.
Yeah. Yeah, to reference a cartoon from our childhood. Stay alert, stay safe.
Yep.
But I'll move on to the next thing. So this is when like the Ermine departs from Adrian and goes back to Adrian's home. I think it was brought up in the conjunction earlier. Its limbs lengthened, and so did its stride. Its body straightened and changed. By the time it stumbled out of the shrubbery, out of the shrubbery behind Adrian's house, the last traces of white fur had vanished from its scrawny human form. Looking up at the gray autumn sky, it let out a triumphant shriek that sent the pigeons flapping from the trees overhead. "I'm free!" shouted an exact twin of Adrian. While the ermine was shifting its shape, Adrian had just climbed the porch steps and was now knocking on the front door. So, guys, how do we feel about this POV shift in the sequence of events, like this early on?
That's fine.
Okay, because Mikey, are you okay with this? Like, are you good with this sudden POV change? Okay.
Well, I caught it, so it didn't annoy me.
Yeah. Well, so
as long as it's described, like, it's fine.
So here's my thing though. Like, it lays out the Ermine's true intentions fine and plain here, but I feel like it could have been an interesting thing to reveal later on in the story, like maybe when the real Adrian gets back, or this is my writings when I was reading the story before the outcome of what happens to true Adrian. But like when real Adrian like gets back home and finds the doppelganger at her house, or maybe if the story doesn't have her escape, we then cut to a scene at the end of where the Ermine, or we cut to an end of a scene where the Ermine Adrian is now living in her place at home.
The problem with that, though, is like you wouldn't get the transformation scene. You would just cut to Adrian being there, and you would have to put the pieces together yourself that the Ermine turned into Adrian.
I guess, yeah. Like, but like you could also have that kind of reveal. Like, you wouldn't have the transformation, but you could have a reveal that like especially near the end, like when it's revealed like that there's another and Adrian at home, like telling the story, and then it's like you could like hint at like that's not the real Adrian. In fact, that is the Ermine in her place, and then like reveal that she just assumed her form and stuff like that from earlier. I don't know. I feel like it. Like I don't mind it here because like again, it does give us like a plain like, oh wow, okay, yeah, we're definitely like something is afoot here. Like our suspicions are getting validated. But then I don't know, just part of me like kind of wishes that was like part of the revelation later on in the story rather than halfway through the story.
Yeah, like she's telling the story and then like drops the book or something and like reaches down to get it, and like the camera's basically saying like as she reached down to pick up the book, the last bits of her previous Ermine fur falls from underneath her pant leg or something like that.
Yeah, or under her sleeve, like the fur her Ermine fur recedes from her like palm or something like that.
Yeah.
I just like I don't hate where it is now. Like it does still like accommodate the story, like this part, but I feel like it might have been interesting to have that also at the end for that reveal. But I'm not going to die on this hill.
Fair.
The next thing I have, so this is like after Adrian has like met Nell, gone up to the writing desk, started writing away, and then it's been hours. Oh no, I gotta leave. And we get this as she's trying to leave. It's like, it was really quiet. The only sound she could hear was the rustling of her feet against the carpeted floor. But somehow she got the nagging feeling that she was being followed. Looking over her shoulder, she saw to her dismay that she was being followed after all. They were coming out of the rooms from both sides of the hall, sharp-nosed people with feathery hair and bright yellow cat eyes. So, like, I swear, I've had this nightmare before as a kid, being chased by, like, bird people down a hallway.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. You probably had nightmares about everything.
That's fair, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I just really like the whimsical horror atmosphere of this story. Like this, like it's like dreamlike, and it's like kind of got like the fantastical whimsy of like what we've seen in other like Hogan's Gap stuff. But it's from the perspective of like a normie. like Adrian is not used to seeing this shit, so she's like freaking the fuck out. in like a fun like never-ending story dream punk horror aspect. Like it'd be like throwing like a completely random person who's never dealt with the supernatural, doesn't know, like thinks the world is mundane as hell, and tossing them into like the supernatural quarter of Hogan's Gap. And just like it's like, oh god, why is there a troll like on the bus? Like, oh god, what's going on? It's like, why is there a werewolf cop? He is a cop who is a wolf. He is wolf cop. And then we get this part of the story. Terrified, Adrian tried to run, but she couldn't break free of those bony arms and the nest of snaking locks. Within seconds, all that remained of her was a limp, dried husk and a ragged notebook, in which the Garcane finished with the appropriate words, "The end." Wow. I didn't actually expect Adrian to die. Like, damn.
Yeah, I don't think many of the characters in like this series have just straight up died.
Well, I mean, from the Aberration series, we don't know about a certain snobby rich elfin lad.
Mm-hmm.
He might be like some kind of like eldritch horror right now, but
I meant protags, the main
protags,
character
yes.
being killed is what I meant.
Yeah, like this one, like this isn't a happy ending. Like this one, like and it's not even it's not a happy ending, and it's not a like ambiguous ending. Adrian died.
Yeah, she's dead.
She got slurped up by the Garcane.
Yeah.
Like she got like fully on like sanguinated, it seems. Like she's just all her fluids have just been like slurped up.
Like that scene at the end of Naked Gun where he's injured on a stretcher and there's that dude next to him and giving him like a blood transfusion and like it's just like literally sucking that guy dry.
Yeah. No, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I was just like really impressed. Like good job. Like, wow, good job, Creepypasta. Like killing your lovelies or killing your protag. Like that's horror.
Yep, absolutely.
And then we get to like the part with not Adrian or Ermine Adrian back at the family, and like after she's told the story, and like all the friends of her younger sister are like getting kind of freaked out and scared. Is it real? The skittish and extremely insecure Ashley Wells asked. Brittany stared coldly at the pigtailed redhead. Hello, she said sharply. Earth to Ashley, it's all make-believe. Like those internet stories about Slender Man, Jeff the Killer, and those cursed bootleg Pokemon games. If that Garcane story was real, Adrian wouldn't be here talking to us right now. And I was like, ha, meta humor or meta commentary. Again, I love self-referential. I love not self-referential, but I love referential like content in a story. Like I like name drops. So that's like, oh, like this, like especially in a creepypasta that's like, oh no, the story, like it didn't happen. It's like one of those creepypastas, like Slender Man or like Jeff the Killer. It's not real. And then meanwhile, it's like in the story's context, it like I don't know, like you're saying those. I mean, those aren't real, but I mean the Garcane thing definitely happened based on what we just read.
Or did it? Maybe this whole thing was just actually just writing a cool story finally.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. No, this is actually like, again, like Adrian is just like, it is actually Adrian. It's not the Ermine. And
did I say Ashley? I meant Adrian.
Yeah. I think you said, what'd you say?
I may have said this might have been Ashley that wrote this whole thing. I
meant Ashley. Yeah, no, it's Adrian. Yeah.
Oops.
It's okay. But like, yeah, and so like the only other thing is like this is what I was saying earlier about like I could have that transformation from the Ermine to this or like to Adrian be here, like it's like as the Ermine's just like, oh, or Adrian's just like kind of smugly, it's like I don't know, and then like meanwhile like then we get like a flashback maybe of that scene of her transforming after leaving the real Adrian to the inn. But again, I'm not gonna hammer too much more on that because we've already kind of had that conversation. But yeah, I do just like the meta commentary drop of just like about those internet stories about Slender Man and like cursed bootleg Pokemon games. And then the next thing and last thing I have here is, plus, if there really was a Garcane hanging around here eating people, it wouldn't have been in all the it would have been in all the papers by now. Sandy added promptly. I don't think you'll find too many monster stories in the local papers, said Adrian's father, stretching lazily. And I was like, really? in Hogan's Gap? Okay, maybe this is like, again, on the more mundane side of the town, or like maybe this is a version of Hogan's Gap that like the supernatural's not out yet, maybe even.
Yeah, we don't have a
Like,
year.
Yeah, we don't have a year exactly, so like maybe this is all just like something that happened like pre-awakening, I guess, to use
The
a Shadowrun
goblinization
term.
hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, the goblinization hasn't happened. The Haley's Comet hasn't flown by.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Mike, you were referencing Shadowrun and the Awakening, where like metatypes started like manifesting out of people.
It does kind of seem like these stories are basically, it's not Shadowrun and it's not what's the one from the super past of Shadowrun? Earth Dawn?
Oh, Earth Dawn, yeah.
It's like just, it's not from super medieval past, but it's not from the cyberpunk future. It's modern day, but the same world. It could be.
Yeah. Well, see, and like that's the thing. I'm kind of curious now, like, because we've been reading tons of stories for years at this point about Curtisville and Hogan's Gap, and how like it seems like there is sort of this like magical creatures and beings and so are. But some people believe in that they're out there. Like mostly the outsiders don't believe that they're out there. Like, or people who just moved into town don't believe some of the stuff. But then like the people who have lived in town long enough, like they know that their neighbors are like wolfmen and vampires or what have you. So it makes me wonder, like, was there like a point where like where the magic creatures and all that stuff started kind of like they were out of the shadows, basically? Like, was there like a coming out event? I guess in a way.
Had to have been. Unless it's just always been like that in this universe.
Yeah, that's why I'm curious.
But they can't be, because they're so against the idea of supernatural and monsters. But again, I think we say this all the time.
Yeah.
In a world where Wolf Cop is normal, that is not a monster. So you wouldn't refer to that as a monster story from the paper.
Yeah, but again, we have had stories fairly recently, even from the Hogan's Gap or Curtisville area, where a character like it's like, oh yeah, like like that old lady that used to have your house. She put all this stuff on her lawn, like all these knickknacks and stuff, to prevent a vampire from getting to her. And it was like, vampire, really? It's like, okay, like that's the local like conspiracy kid. But then it turns out that's real. So yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. Again, just an interesting like side of the Hogan's Gap Curtisville stories of where like we're getting a more like kind of subdued, mundane, like, oh, that stuff isn't real until it is kind of thing here. So I thought it was interesting, but I digress. That is all I have for actual thoughts. So, Mikey, these stands for evil.
So what I got here? I'm free! Shouted the exact twin of Adrian. At this point, this is where I was like, okay, yeah, she's doomed.
Yeah, no, I mean, she could have escaped and then like had to confront her doppelganger when she got home. Like that could have been a big interesting thing at the end, like I brought up. But yeah,
it depends on how many skill points she put into plot armor.
Yeah, exactly. Which apparently was none.
No, yeah, 0.
And then the only thing that comes to mind is, was this section part of the story that the others got?
That's true,
In my opinion, everything from the start up until it switches gears and them saying, wow, that was a creepy story. The whole thing is what's being told.
Okay.
We just don't have the setup of them sitting down and Adrian, the clone of Adrian, saying, like, I'm going to tell you guys a spooky story. It was mid-October, and then like that's how she starts the story.
Yeah, no, like legit. Also, technically, I guess it should be Nadrian, because I think Nell refers to the Ermine as Natasha at some point in the story.
Really?
So yeah,
Did I miss that?
Yeah, no, I think.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. So technically, yeah, so if you add an N at the end of Adrian, not only is it like Natasha Adrian, but it's also not Adrian. So
Adrian.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll update all of that stuff in my notes then, Because I have Clinadrian for a bunch of them, which sounds like a disease, honestly.
Clinadrian. Oh God! Oh no! You got a case of the Clinadrian.
Yeah.
You got Clinadrian. You got to get vaccinated for that. There's a shot for that. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's all I got.
Okay. Gamer.
I have a question. My realization of the whole thing potentially being the story being told, did anyone else get that? Or was I the only one?
Oh yeah, I assumed that maybe she left out the transforming into Adrian, or maybe not. But honestly, if that's the case, I kind of wish now at the end of the story, when the parents and the family are commenting on the story and praising it for how spooky and well done it is. Maybe it's there was an offhanded joke as oh well, I for one welcome my new daughter. Not Adrian, my new Adrian. Just something like that, just as a joke.
What was it like being a parrot?
Yeah, exactly. Have the dad or something. Yeah, exactly. Laugh at it. Ha, ha, ha. Excellent. They know. They they hiding in plain sight.
But yeah. My first note is basically just the level of susness going up and up and up. Especially when later it's when Adrian is okay, I'll see you later, and then the little ferret, it's no, it said with a mirthless laugh, you won't be seeing me at all.
Yeah, I know exactly. It's you'll get exactly what's coming to you.
I expected a evil laugh while stippling the little ferret fingers.
Oh no, it's like that gif of a raccoon, but replace that with a ferret. It's just little fingies, just tapping.
Absolutely.
Little finger digits tapping. And that creepy, weird, uncanny smile. Oh my God. Sorry.
What?
Oh, I didn't realize you'd put a ferret image.
A gif, actually.
Yes, I've seen the gif now. But he's first time I've seen that. Oh my God, that's sorry. Aside on that. Oh. Jump scared by adorableness. It's so cute.
It really is.
It's so funny because they're so cute, yet again they are actually sadistic.
Yeah, one of them will just attack a rabbit that's 2 to 3 times the size of it and just go to town, just beating the shit out of him and eating him.
Yeah.
They're vicious little buggers. Their white fur just covered in blood, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
If I make a ferret-based D&D character, he has to be a murder hobo.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Anyway, sorry.
So anyways, my next note. Regarding the weasel running away and shapeshifting into a human clone of Adrian and saying I'm free and all that. Based on that context, when I first saw it, I kind of assumed that the real Adrian was going to be turned into a weasel back at the inn to serve the inn. Kind of what this one was, but she was just killed instantly.
Well, and I didn't even mention aside from the bird people that were chasing her, there was also all of the little ferrets that were up on the ceiling.
Yep.
That's kind of what I was thinking as well. As she was running down the halls, oh, those are all the other souls that this thing has taken. They're all former one can leave but has to bring somebody back in. Basically it's the ritual of equivalent exchange sort of thing.
Yep, after you serve X amount of decades with her, you're allowed to leave if you sacrifice someone.
Yeah,
to
if
take
you bring
your place.
somebody. Exactly. Yeah, you had to swap positions.
I really thought that was going to happen, but no, she's straight up turned into a raisin, basically.
Yep, just straight up.
Say grape, but no, it's the other version of grape.
Yep.
But also, it's also entirely possible that Nellie just has more than one MO for what she does.
Yeah.
She has a bunch of souls trapped in weasel bodies to serve her, and when she does need to consume a soul of a human, she can't consume the weasel's version. She has to let one of them bring in a real human to exchange for that life force drain thing.
Yeah. No, for sure.
So she spends one weasel to get one soul.
Too many weasels. Throw one away.
Yeah.
Replace it with a human.
She just needed a juice box.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. God, that's horrifying. I'm just picturing like I'm just picturing that like by the end of as real Adrian was like becoming a husk. There's just that sound after when you've like dried up when you've drained an entire like juice box. That like the hose. Yeah, like,
yeah.
it did not come through, gamer. I did not.
I figured as much.
Yeah. But yeah, oh my god, that's disturbing.
You're welcome. And then my last note is regarding Adrian being consumed and like the end being put in the book and all that.
Yeah.
I read that. I'm like, oh, good. That's a really good way to cap off the story nicely and end it there. Still a quarter more of the scroll bar. Why?
yeah. But then we get why. Like it is like a kind of an interesting dark. I don't know. For me personally, I thought it was like an even darker like end because it doesn't just end with her death. It ends with her death and replacement.
Yeah, and like I agree, like the ending wrap up around was good and everything, but I feel it didn't hit as hard as the death of the real Adrian, like because none of us saw that coming, I assume.
No, I thought she'd at least get away or like maybe be trapped there. I didn't realize she'd get eaten.
Yeah, I really thought she was either going to have to be forced to write for an eternity to like fuel creative whatever. In her.
Oh no, I just realized the Garcane fed on her creative juices.
Hence why she turned into a raisin.
Why she was like reduced to a dried husk.
Mm-hmm.
She had the creative juices sucked out of her.
I guess so.
Oh my god, that's it's so good. I love that. Like again, this is a Pennywise level like creature, this Garcane.
Mm-hmm.
It just feeds on a different type of emotion or like psychic energy as well as the physical material of the person.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, long story short, as I said, I feel like the ending of her writing in the end at the end of the book was like it was a harder hitting end than the one we got, because the actual ending we got is like kind of rude, honestly, because like it's literally calling Adrian a loser and showing that everyone likes this like clone so much better than the real one. It's almost like this is actually a happy ending for Adrian, because the life of Adrian, the person who is the name Adrian and whatever was her last name, Meyer. Adrian Meyer has a happy ending. The current Adrian Meyer, because she's going to be able to do what she wants and become an actual successful writer. Because the loser Adrian was murdered to be replaced with a superior supernatural version.
So you don't think that's more horrifying for the actual like protagonist of the story, which was original Adrian?
Oh, it's unfortunate and sad. I'm just saying it's rude.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, but that's horror for you. Like, yeah. Like, I will also accept the raisin formerly known as Adrian.
Yep. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That too. But yeah, like specifically the last line straight up calls Adrian a loser, and I kind of felt like that's like an FU to people who are like struggling right now to like attain their goals. Kind of, it's almost like this is a new entry of they're a gross otaku.
I think you're looking a little too like that's a little too like deep into it. I think it's just like again like that. It's just a final like nail in the coffin on poor Adrian. It's just like not only is she dead, but her name has been like her memory is kind of being altered or replaced from the people around her. So like again, it's the horror. It is a horror story. It's supposed to be like terrible, like in terms of like the terrible fate of somebody. So
I don't know. I was just kind of hoping that like the creature or person, it was probably a real person that was originally turned into a ferret that's been released, would just be like nice and happy to be like relieved of being imprisoned there. Yeah. But like they're also kind of a jerk, it seems.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I do agree. Like it would probably go hard if it just ended with like Garcane just signing the end. Like, oh fuck. But like honestly, like I liked the extra like just salt on the wound for poor Adrian. Like just because again, horror. It is a horror story. Like it's supposed to be like have a bad ending. Like this is the worst ending. Or in a good way to me. Like this is like the baddest of endings for poor Adrian. So
I suppose.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I got left for notes.
All right. Then I suppose we'll move on to final thoughts. Yeah, still gonna recommend it. I really liked the dark fairy tale, whimsical creepiness of the story, and the fact that it ends with our protag being like dying and being replaced is so like for me it was so macabrely fun. Like again, I feel bad for Adrian, for real Adrian, but from a story point of view, I loved it. So, and if that makes me a bad person, well,
I mean, it's a scary story. If you're reading it not to be scared, then what are you reading it for?
Yeah, exactly. I really enjoyed it. So, but Mikey, these stands for evil.
I also liked the replacement at the end. Well, technically, it happened in the middle.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like we got like a little bit of foreshadowing of what was going to happen. I guess that's why I don't hate the being in the middle as well. Is like because it does give us some foreshadowing as to like what's going to happen at the end. So like I guess it does work in that regard. But
yeah, and I like that the former ferret is free. Free the ferrets. But yeah, like it wouldn't be horror if the protagonist wasn't stupid.
Of course.
Because the main protagonist, Adrian, goes into the woods against her better judgment and eats food and whatnot against her. Well, most people don't think about fairies. I mean, that's also on her. But
she's also a kid.
Yeah, she's
like,
also
not,
yeah. So I mean, it's sort of like I don't know the teenage angst met their demise.
It is sort of there's sort of a karma to it because like her parents were trying to get her to like be more realistic, and so but instead she kind of like consumed herself and got consumed by the fantastical and like the world of whimsy. So like it is sort of a karmic story in that like because she didn't do the chores, she got fucked by and died.
Or it's more karmic because she was killed by what will become her breakout story.
Yeah, no, oh my god, yeah. That's the karma right there, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the moral of the story is when you're asked to do dishes, do dishes.
Yes, absolutely. The dishes won't kill you. Everything else that you would be doing aside from dishes might kill you.
Yeah, exactly. Or like, yeah. Don't fall too hard into your fairy tales, because otherwise, lest you be consumed by them. You have to have a stronger grip on reality.
And do your dishes.
Yes.
Listen to your parents.
Part of the, listen to your parents. Do your dishes. Like again, like because it did feel like I mean, again, I get her point of view. Like she wants to do the thing she loves doing. She wants to write, and she's like that's what she wants to do. That's her ambition. But I mean, from our real world point of view, like that's not going to pay the bills. Like her parents are trying to like teach her like to like, hey, like you need to like put some of that stuff aside for now and get some actual like experience in the real world before you like, and you can't always like be consumed by the fantasy stuff.
Yeah. Have like a mundane, normal fallback job thing while you work at trying to be a successful author.
Exactly.
And then when that takes off, then you can quit your mundane, crappy job.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there's an interesting moral to the story.
Yeah.
In a weird way, in a weird macabre way. But yeah.
And the true horror is that we don't know what happened to the dishes. Because, I mean, stuck on dirt is just horrible.
It'd be really funny if, like, there's a scene, like, that we don't have here that's where Nadrian goes inside and like starts doing the dishes. And like, well, because she also made dinner. Like she made like a steak dinner for everybody.
Yep.
And so she did she went, like we were missing the scene where she goes and does all the dishes and then starts prepping for dinner to surprise her family.
Mm-hmm.
But we're still not entirely sure she did the dishes. She could have used dirty dishes.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's the true horror.
Yeah. They're all gonna get sick now.
They're all gonna get food poisoning.
They're all gonna have diarrhea. That's the real horror.
They're all gonna get Cladrian or Cladrian.
Cladrian, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but overall it was an enjoyable read, so I'm still gonna recommend it.
Okay. And gamer.
For me, like I'm tempted to bump it down to a partial just because of like the ending wraparound not sitting as well with me as it did with you guys.
Mhm.
Honestly, 2 words could be removed from the ending line and I would like it better. I just don't like how much it's like calling out that she's a fucking loser.
Okay, fair enough. You really empathized with Adrian.
Yeah, it fucking bothered me because it's like the Garcane won't get you, not after he's had his fill of loser. Like, what the fuck?
Because, okay, first off, the Ermine was never her friend. Like,
no,
from the get go, he was like, or she, I guess, because her actual name was Natasha, based off of what we have context. But like, she was like constantly like kind of backhanded comments to Adrian, and like definitely manipulated her into going into those woods. So like, yeah, she like Adrian. Like, I don't get me wrong. I fully like sympathize with Adrian's play and like her fate. Like, I do feel bad for her, but again, like, it's like, yeah, like this, like these people were never like her world. It was actually full of like enemies.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
I just don't think that it makes the story better calling her a loser compared to just saying the Garcane won't get you, not after he's had his fill.
Fair, yeah.
Like, that doesn't make it any worse. It keeps it in a darker sort of tone compared to like all of a sudden you're throwing insults, you know. I don't know. It was weird. It hit me weird.
Violence on TV is okay as long as no one says any naughty words.
Absolutely. I learned my lessons through South Park, just like the rest of you.
That's all I can think about when you say that. It's like I just don't like how they treated this poor bird. It was like this poor fictional character who like was made for this story to die.
Yeah.
It's just really funny. I don't know.
Yeah, so not recommending this one.
All right, fair enough. No. Speak your truth, man. So
no. But yeah, overall, I like the story. Honestly, it had minimal named characters who weren't in the story at all, which is something I have to say sometimes with Emma Pratt's work, because there are often a lot of characters, some who don't even show up. But this one, all of them had lines, so they're all validated. And some of them are visually described as well, which is good. My only gripe with the story is what I said. The end ending part of the story, I feel, hits harder than the final wrap up.
Yeah,
because it's already kind of assumed that, you know, she's going to take over Adrian's life because she looks exactly like Adrian. So why wouldn't she?
Yeah, honestly, I do agree with you on that. Like, if this story did, if the story got like an update where like we got like everything past the end cut out, I would be fine.
Yeah,
because the story does have a tight like we have a conclusion as to what happened. Like the question is answered at the end here. Like, what happens to like why doesn't anybody suspect of Adrian going missing? It's like, well, Adrian's not missing. She's there. She's just Adrian now.
Yep.
But yeah, sorry. Continue.
And yeah, like the ending part does confirm my suspicions of what I thought was going to happen. So I appreciate that, but I don't know. It just kind of it hit me weird.
You empathized really hard.
Yeah, a little bit.
That's fine. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. Okay. That being said, if someone said recommend to me a creepypasta that has a shape-shifting weasel in, I'll be like, hell yeah, read this one. So I still would recommend it, honestly, to people, because like it's not enough of something to bother me or anyone else. I don't know. It's fine. I'll recommend it overall. Fine.
Okay. You don't have to if you don't want to.
Well, like I said, like
Yeah.
I enjoyed reading the story. That one bit was like didn't hit me right, but it's not. I'm not saying it like the story is iffy and kind of gross because of it. It's weird, and the other ending would hit harder, but I still enjoyed it. So, yeah.
Okay, cool. So we're still 3 for 3 roundhouse recommendations to the face.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that will do it for this week's episode. So if you like what you heard, or if you didn't, leave us a comment in the comment section below, wherever this gets posted. Some of us are on Blue Sky. Mikey is at the E Stands for Evil, and I'm at Review Cultist. You can also send us emails at aldentebrigamortis@gmail.com. That's ALDENTERIGAMORTIS@gmail.com, where you can also leave us suggestions for other creepypastas, SCPs, spooky things. You creep it, we'll peep it. Yeah! And if you'd like to help support our show financially, you can go to Patreon. We have special episodes, early access, and extra content. To all our patrons helping support the show, thank you immensely. You're helping keep those hosting bills at bay, and as always, we very much appreciate that. And to our listeners and the authors of these stories, thank you immensely, because without your listenership, it'd be like screaming into the void. And without your authorship, writing and posting these stories online, we really wouldn't have much of a show because we'd have nothing to talk about. So thank you. Now's a good time to mention that we are a part of a podcast network, Crit in the Night, an actual play and creepypasta podcast network. We're there alongside our sister podcast, One Less Die, and our cousin podcast, The Role Playing Exchange, for things that go crit in the night. Until next time, I have been your host, Review Cultist.
I'm Mikey, the E stands for Evil.
And I'm the gamer in yellow.
And this has been Al Dente Rigamortis. Sleep well.